Hey, what's going on everyone? This is ComputerMadMan here, and welcome back to a new tutorial video. Now today I'm going to be talking about Google, but I'm not actually going to be doing the basics of Google, because that's just, you know, an absolute piece of shit. But basically I'm going to be showing you today how Google can actually be your ultimate personal assistant. Google's been my ultimate personal assistant for quite a very long time. It's helped me with a lot of different things, like, you know, on the internet. So most people probably just use Google to search for, you know, queries and then just, you know, find a website to load. But I'm going to be showing you different things that Google can do that can, you know, help you basically be an ultimate personal assistant and life helper. So with these different kind of like services that Google offers, there's absolutely tons of them, and I'm not going to say every single one in this absolute video because there's just way too many to go along. So we're going to start with the first one, which is, if you don't know what a specific word means, Google will actually tell you what the word is without having to go onto a website. Okay, so I'm just going to do a word that I don't think a lot of people will know, so I'm just going to put, what does gargantuan, I think that's how you spell it. Oh shit, I didn't put space. Okay, what does gargantuan mean? I personally know what it is, but I don't think a lot of people will know it. So then, as you can see, after you search for it, as you can see, it comes up right here. It says gargantuan adjective, and it basically just means another word for enormous. Or if you don't know what enormous is, it's basically just something that's like really, really big. That's what she said anyway, but yeah. So the next one we're going to be looking at is how Google can help with finding music. Now, say if you found like a really cool album on, I don't know, Spotify, SoundCloud, YouTube, whatever it is you like listen to or find music for. If you want to find out what the latest album is or where certain songs are on certain albums, Google can actually do that for you. So all you have to do is just simply type in, I'm just going to do an example of Coldplay, and then you're just going to put albums. And then as you can see, once Google loads, it will usually come up with this black sort of like banner, and it will show sort of like the different album art, that's it, sorry, and then it will say the year underneath when they're released. Now you can select on the far right over here whether you want most popular first, and the most popular will come up on the left. Newest first, or change it to the newest, will come up on the left, which is like over this side of the screen, and then use the scroll arrows to sort of go across, or you can do oldest first on the left. Now for some albums they won't always come up, because one of them I was looking at, I've been looking at recently, was Lindsay Sterling, and if you type in Lindsay Sterling albums, nothing comes up. All it comes up is with her first album, but I know she's got like more than that. So sometimes you might have to put space and then put studio albums. So then now, as you can see, now because I've put studio albums, it now actually comes up. So like I say, it doesn't work for every single one. Sometimes it won't pick them up properly, but you just have to kind of either put studio albums, or just albums on the end of it. And then after that, if you want to look for what songs are in the album, you just have to scroll down the page, and then it will just come up down here. And then as you can see, the songs will then just come up in like a nice ordered list for that album down there. So it's really cool how Google does this, and you don't have to actually search around on the internet to try and find the songs and the different albums. Oh, and also as well, when you actually click on the song, it'll actually then usually come up with like a link to a YouTube video, which you can just click on and then you can watch it. As you can see here. So I've clicked on the song, then it comes up with the YouTube video right here. Okay guys, so with this next one, it's actually where you don't actually have to load Google Maps for it to actually show you how to get from one location to the other. So all you have to do is type in the postcode of where you live, and then just put the postcode of where you want to by putting 2, so your postcode to this postcode, and then what it should do is it will then come up with a snippet result that actually shows you like kind of a little snippet of Google Maps, and then it shows you like how long it would take by car, how many miles it would take via what roads, or you can update it so you can go by train or walking, see how long that would take, or maybe even cycling. So it's just good the fact that you don't have to actually load Google Maps for it to work. So the next one I'm going to show is Google's built-in converter. So it's basically just any kind of converter. So all you have to do to get this converter up is just simply put, I don't know, millimeters to centimeters as their, measurements. So once it loads up, it will then actually show you it in here, and the pretty cool thing is as well is it allows you to type in what you want. So I don't know, 200 millimeters equals 20 centimeters. And you can also get different categories, so you can get area, energy, mass, speed, temperature, time, volume, digital storage. And if you want to know what digital storage is, that's basically like the computer storage, like gigabyte to terabyte, and all that stuff, time, volume. So just pretty cool that. So for the very last and one which I think is the main important one that Google like to promote is their questions and answers. So all I'm going to type in is just how to bake a banana cake. So once the result does actually load, it's really cool, because what it does is it will put it into a snippet. It'll actually show you a picture of what you've searched for, and then it will say like the different steps in there. But if you want to look at the rest of it, you just go down and it will actually then show you kind of like the link as to where this information has come from. So like I say, once again, it's just really good that you don't have to actually click on the website and load it all up and everything. Google just gives you the answer in one click and it's there. And the last question I just want to show you is like 5-day forecast, and I'm just going to put it for my location, which is like Northampton. Okay, so once the result actually loads, you can search by postcode as well if you want. But what it will do is it will then say like what the weather is, the humidity, wind, and you can search by the different days, and you can tap at different times during the day to see what the degree is, what the weather's like, whether it's partly cloudy, rain, thunder, showers, anything like that, and it's all courtesy of weather.com. If you want to go onto there, then obviously these are the results from weather.com. They're not actually from Google, they're weather.com, but Google just presents them in this nice layout so you don't have to load the website up, basically. Now the last thing I want to show you is just one thing that's very specific to Windows 10, but I feel that this is the ultimate browser. Well, it's not really a browser, it's more just kind of like a personal helper. Basically what it is if you go on the Windows Store on Windows 8 or 10, you can actually download this app. It's literally just called Google. And basically what it is it hubs all the Google components together in one simple location. And like I say, you've then got the search bar, which you can also do voice search for. So if I do that question I said before, what's the 5-day forecast in Northampton? And then as you can see, it loads the actual snippet result. So this is like the ultimate.
Here's the forecast for Northampton.
And as you can see, because of the voice search, it actually has the built-in voice where it actually talks back to you. So like I say, it's growing as an ultimate personal assistant, I feel, but I don't think a lot of people actually know about it. So like I say, unfortunately this app isn't actually available on Windows 7 or below, but I think it would be a really good idea for you guys, to get it if you are on Windows 8 or 10. Okay, so with that said, guys, that is the end of the video. Now you guys might be thinking, why the hell am I doing this? Because I could have just said that Cortana could be your personal assistant, but the only main reason why I've done it is because I wanted to target those people who aren't actually on Windows 10 or don't have any sort of Apple products, because obviously, like I say, Apple's personal assistant is like Siri, and then Windows 10's personal assistant is Cortana. I don't know whether you can get Cortana on Windows 8, I don't think you can. But this is why I wanted to do it, is because the fact that if you don't have any of these personal assistants, then Google can be your ultimate personal assistant, because you can have it on Android, because there's a Google app for Android. You can get a Google app for Apple, although most people won't use it because of Siri. But you know, like I say, and if you've got Windows XP, Vista or 7, then Google is your ultimate personal assistant because it's the only thing that's on there. All you need is a web browser, Internet Explorer will work, Google Chrome will work, anything will work. So that's the main reason why I wanted to get this out there. And the fact that many people, I don't think, actually properly, know about these kind of big things that Google has to offer. So with that enough said of me rambling on, I'm just going to end the video here. So I hope you guys have enjoyed. Leave any comments if you think there's stuff that I kind of missed, or cool things that you've searched for and found out in Google. Then yeah, so hit like, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.